Welcome to Rogan's Network. In today's video, we'll see the basics of VLAN in Juniper. So VLAN, as we know, the VLAN is nothing but it divides a single broadcast domain into a multiple broadcast domain, meaning that you can logically separate the devices into separate VLANs and which will be in the separate broadcast domain. VLAN range in Juniper. So the VLAN range, as you know, the VLAN ID will be 2 to the power 12, which will be 4096 VLANs can be created, out of which you'll be counting from 0 to 4095. So for the first VLAN ID is reserved and the last one is also reserved, which cannot be used. So to verify that, we'll go ahead and try to configure a VLAN 0, VLAN ID 0. As you can see here, there is an error saying that the value 0 is not within the range 1 to 4094, meaning that you can create the VLANs only from the VLAN 1 to 4094. And the VLAN 1 is native VLAN by default. To show that, we can verify using one show VLANs. The VLAN 1 is default VLAN as always. And the port types, speaking about the port types, there are two different port types, which is access port, or sometimes it is called as untagged port. So in the Juniper, they call it as untagged ports. So what it will do is the basic functionality of access port. It is when you're dealing with a single switch, you'll be dealing with access port, and it carries only single VLAN. About the trunk port is called as tagged port in Juniper. When you're dealing with two or more switches, then you're dealing with the trunk port and carries multiples of VLAN, tagged with 802.1Q. Alright, so last but not least, the rules to be followed. The VLANs must be in the same subnet, meaning that do not create a subnet which is 192.168.1.0 and 192.168.1.0 right here too, because that will result in a major issue when you configure the inter-VLAN routing. So the best practice is to use different subnets. The second one, VLANs must not be shut down. So meaning that you can actually create a VLAN and shut it down if you do not want to use it. So make sure it is not shut down. The last one, make sure you assign the ports to the intended VLANs. So say for example, if you're creating VLAN 10 and 20, so make sure the first two interfaces that you designed to be assigned to the VLAN 10 and the other two interfaces to the VLAN 20. So these are the rules to be followed, which is the best practices. And also, if you like to know more about the VLANs, I recommend you to watch the VLAN series which I created for the Cisco and the Cisco packet tracer, that I've explained completely how does the packet moves from one switch to other switch as well. So we have completely covered that in that one, since the Cisco packet tracer is very easy to spot the packets in and around. So if you want to know more, please do watch that video. And even if you don't, we have covered the most of the basics of the VLAN in the Juniper in this video itself. So thank you so much for watching. Hope it is informative. See you all in the next video. Until then, bye from Rogan.